Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Dr. J.
Hello, how are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking.
Good to see you.
Good morning, or good afternoon to everyone.
Yes.
I don't know.
Good,
I am in Minnesota, so I don't know about the time difference between each country.
Yeah. It's evening here and it's afternoon in New York. The New York time is afternoon.
Yes. 1 o'clock p.m.
Okay. It's 6 p.m. here.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, other people are trying to get in, so we just give them some time to get in. Hi, Ambassador Terry.
Hello, Dr. Anu. How are you?
I'm fine. Good to see you.
Good to be seen.
Hello, Ambassador Terry. How are you?
Hello, Dr. Jackson. Always a pleasure, sir.
Yes, sir. Always.
Dimitri, welcome.
Hi, Daniel. Welcome.
Hi, Daniel.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to meet you. How are you? God bless you all.
Okay.
Hi,
Hello,
Victor.
Daniel. How are
Hello,
you?
thank
I still practicing the English, but
Princess
I understand
Ethan.
a little. That's a little. It's a lot.
Yeah, I'm here.
I invite two friends, one from New York and one from Brazil, and he will support me in the translation if necessary.
That's great. Yesterday was awesome with Dr. Jackson. It was great. If you were not here, then you missed a lot. But we have the videos, they were all recorded. And at the end of today, we'll let you know how to have access to the videos.
I'm gonna get on this call. Well, thank you, Dr. Eno. I heard those. I heard your comment, and so thank you so much. It was just a pleasure, an honor, and a pleasure to be able to present yesterday.
Yeah, it was. It was. Okay. I think Dr. Hillary.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just trying to let some more people into the room. Like lots of people today.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm here. Okay, so hello, you there?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you, Doctor. No. So I think you should just go start up. Let me keep allowing people into the room. There are a lot of people coming in today.
Okay, great. So you can do that while I continue.
Yes, please.
Okay, great. So today we'll be talking about two major things that are dear to me. executive presence and personal branding, basically. And I know that almost everyone here knows what personal branding is, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe I'll just ask a couple of people to just explain what they understand by personal branding. Maybe Dr. Jackson. What's your understanding of personal branding?
My understanding of personal branding is how my image is portrayed to the public. How they view my
I can't hear Mr. Jackson.
let me see here. Okay, I'll start over.
Okay, good. Now we can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. I think it's my personal branding is the message and the image that is portrayed to the community about who I am and what my stand is, both from a physical and a philosophical perspective. That's what my personal brand is, what I actually stand for, and in hopes that what I actually stand for is consistent with what the others see.
Great. Okay, great. Ambassador Terry, I mean, can you say something about that?
Who was that?
Ambassador Terry?
Oh,
yeah,
it broke up. I wasn't quite sure if it was me or not. I did not want to interrupt something.
Okay,
so personal branding for me, my name is a very good example. There are tens of thousands of Terry Nichols all over the world, but there's only one Terry Earthwind Nichols. As you can see, I'm a Native American. So my personal brand, my life's journey, my purpose in life, and the causes that I support are all in line with Earth Wind. The Earth Wind is Gado Onule, which is his breath across the earth. So the great creator's breath across the earth, and a movement to bring people back together as one nation, as the American Native Indigenous people call it, one nation. But it's one world, one love, one people, one peace. And that is my brand. And that makes it very easy for people to find me and find out anything they want about me. I'm a very open book. Thank you for asking.
Great. Helena, is there anything you want to talk about personal branding before I continue?
I can. Hello. Greetings to everyone.
Hi. Okay,
hello.
Please go ahead.
Well, I can.
Welcome.
Actually, I have a very good experience with myself. My company in Portugal is now 9 years old. So when I established the company, the name of the company was FCIML LDA. So when the time passed by, and with my employees talking with clients, what was starting to happen was that every time they used to say, oh, we are calling from our FCIML, the name of the company, the clients were not recognizing. But as soon as they told my name and they refer my name, everyone knew who they were talking with. So here I have an advantage as well, because my surname is unique. My Helena Patacão, the Patacão that you read, which is hard for you to say, it's usually in English you say Patacão, but it's actually Patacão. It's a unique surname in Portugal and worldwide. So it's very easy to find me. And because I have that, I had the privilege to actually become with a name or having a name that actually helped me a lot in my personal branding. So when I established in Dubai 1 year ago, I decided to change the image and the name and the corporate image of the company. And I actually changed it in Portugal for my name, Helena Patacão Investments, and in Dubai for Helena Patacão Energy Services. So now it's becoming Helena Patacão Enterprises because I'm holding more business. So I have that advantage that played with me, okay, give me this advantage of my name. And actually it's very easy to find me, and people usually they stick with the name in their heads. So
Great,
this is my experience.
Good. That's a good one. Okay, so so what I'll do today is I'll just talk about, like I said earlier, two topics that are very dear to my heart, which is executive presence. So basically, what is executive presence? Executive presence is about developing credibility and managing perceptions. Executive presence is about developing credibility and managing. Now, this is creating a very powerful brand. This is creating a very powerful brand combined with effective interpersonal and communication skills, packaged together with an impeccable personal appearance, confidence, composure, and charisma. So I'm going to say that again. Executive presence is about developing credibility and managing perceptions. And this is done by creating a powerful personal brand combined with effective interpersonal and communication skills, packaged together with an impeccable personal appearance, confidence, composure, and charisma. So if you have a pen, I would just like you to write this down. This is very important. It is not what you have that limits you, but what you have and you do not know how to use. I'm going to say that again. It is not what you don't have that limits you, but what you have and you do not know what to use, how to use it. Personal branding essentially boils down to reputation management, like Helena said, like Ambassador Terry also mentioned, Dr. Jackson also mentioned that. It boils down to reputation management and ensuring you work on the things that you find interesting and ultimately make you happy. So your personal brand boils down to everything that makes you happy. And then in turn, you can make money from it. Being clear on what you're about helps you pinpoint your unique selling point and what you want to be known for amongst your wider professional community. What do you want to be known for? When people see you, people buy into your person before they buy into your business. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. People buy into your person before they buy into your business. So your personal brand is part of how you market yourself. It can encompass everything from your experience to your beliefs. And when it is done well, your brand can help you grab good clients. When your personal brand is done well, it can help you to snag in good clients. For entrepreneurs, building a personal brand has never been more important than today. Anyone can come across a lot of things on the internet and all of that. But who they follow matters. Who they follow matters. People are careful about who they follow. They tend to look at people that have built their personal brand over the years and are thriving. So you need to position yourself as an expert and start attracting clients for your business. And that's exactly what few people are doing and a lot of people are not doing. So for you to chunk in clients and customers into your business, you need to watch out for your personal brand. So while it is great to see that so many people are embracing their entrepreneurial spirit, this also makes sure that every employed and every self-employed entrepreneur will soon face more competition than ever. So the key to differentiate yourself from your competition is building your brand. So when you're building a business around your area of expertise, as a speaker, as a coach, as an author, as a consultant, as a freelance, the concept of building a personal brand probably comes natural for you because you want to be seen out there, you want to be heard, you want to be accepted. So you tend to tell yourself, I need to build my brand. I need to build my brand. When you are the face of your business, building your personal brand makes perfect sense. Your brand is what distinguishes you from your competitors, helping you to form a lasting impression in the mind of your audience. So when people see you, they have something to look at, they have something to speak about. Like I often say, you do not dress like a suspect and then expect your client to take you as a prospect. I'm going to say that again. You cannot dress like a suspect and expect your clients to take you as a prospect. How they see you matters. So without a compelling personal brand that attracts your target audience, you may find yourself struggling to build a profitable and sustainable business. So I'll give you an illustration that has helped me over the years. Elon Musk, we all know Elon Musk. Elon Musk, for example, has more Twitter followers than 3 of his companies: Tesla, SpaceX, and SolarCity combined. The number of people that follow Elon Musk is so much that what he does is when they follow him, he uses his personal brand to redirect the people to his companies, which is Tesla, SpaceX, and SolarCity. Same thing with Richard Branson of Virgin Atlantic and other highly successful entrepreneurs. They all have strong personal brands that they leverage to increase exposure and attract more customers to their companies. So if I may ask, if I Google up your name, what is the first thing I'll see about you? What is the first thing I may see about you? If I Google up your name right now.
Off MT Road.
What is the first thing I will see about you? Anyone want to answer that?
Well, for me, it would be my position at Evolutionary Healer. It's an umbrella company that hosts 4 companies. So that's probably what would pop up first.
Great, great. Any other person?
That was the question, Dr. Emoh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
What do you find first?
Said, yes. What is the first thing we'll find about you if I Google up your name?
Everything, the website, interviews.
Can I?
But especially the bio.
Okay, great. Yes, please go ahead.
I think LinkedIn profile comes first when we do any search engine about someone.
Okay.
My
now, depending on the person. Okay, Dr. Jackson.
Yes, my LinkedIn profile, and then there's a link about my book. That's what comes up first for me.
Great, great. So you see, you've been able to build your personal brand to the extent that when people Google you up, they see things about your brand, your personal brand, not even about your business. They see things about you first. Now, if they see stuff about your business, they'll wonder, okay, he does this business. But when they see you, they can connect your personal brand to your business. I don't know if you're getting me. So they will do that. So having a personal brand is important for everyone, because now more than ever, it is important for us as professionals to come out to the forefront and connect with our audience. People connect with people. People connect with people. As much as we want people to connect with businesses, they first connect with people before they connect to businesses. So are people connecting to you, or you're just sending people to your businesses instead of connecting them to you first? So it is your personal brand that connects with people and attracts them to your business. I'll say that again. It is your personal brand that connects you with people and then attracts them to your business. Like Elena said earlier, people get to know her, they know her name, but they didn't know her business. But immediately her name is mentioned and then connected to the business, people are like, whoa, okay, it's you. You're connected to this business. Right? So people have to connect to you first before you can now redirect them to your business through your personal brand. So, I mean, there are different advantages of building your own personal brand. The first one is trust and authority. So having a personal brand helps you to build trust with your audience and positions you as an authority and a thought leader in your industry. So when people see you, they have trust and they know that you're an authority in your industry. You're also a leader in your industry. The second one is it gets you featured in media. Having a personal brand makes it easier for you to pitch and be found by media publications, either online or magazines, or television, radio, podcasts, name it. So when they know that you have a strong personal brand, people want to get you to be on their publications, and that gives you a wider coverage. People get to see you more. People get to know about you. People get to know about the things you're doing. The media is in constant search for experts that can share their insights with everyone. So you need to build your personal brand for media personalities to get across to you. Like, okay, we want to hear your story. We want to know what you're doing. We want you to tell people about your brand, your business, your enterprise. And the third benefit is that it helps you build your network. When you have a personal brand that clearly articulates who you are, what you do, and how you help others, it makes it easier for other people and entrepreneurs to see value in connecting with you. So when people see that your brand is strong and your brand is thriving, they want to connect with you and then do business with you. So you can leverage on your personal brand to build your network, both online, offline, quickly and effectively. And the other benefit is that it also helps you to attract more clients. Building a personal brand that positions you as the go-to expert in your specific industry helps you to attract more of your ideal clients. There are people that may never buy from you if your brand is not associated with what is ideal for them. So when you're positioned as an expert, it's also easier for people to refer clients to you, because like yesterday, Dr. Jackson was talking about customer experience, and I I emphasized on the wow factor, WOW, which is win, own, and will. So when you win the client through your personal brand, you get to own them and you will them. Now they become brand ambassadors for you. They talk about your brand to other clients and then they refer you to other clients to do business with. Your personal brand also helps you, it helps you to have what I call the premium pricing. The premium pricing. So having a strong personal brand helps you justify charging premium prices for your services. When your brand is strong and thriving and it's growing and people are getting to know what you do, at that point, you can charge premium for your product or your services. So watch this. If you have a pen, I'll need you to write this. This is very important. Without a brand, you become a commodity that competes on price. I don't know if you got that. Without a strong personal brand, you become a commodity that competes on price. So all you do is run around with prices. But when your brand is strong, irrespective of your price, people still come for you. And then it also helps you create a lasting platform. Now, over time, your business will evolve. You may even start multiple businesses in different industries over the course of your career. Your personal brand stays with you as you move from one venture to the other. So irrespective of the businesses you're starting, your personal brand is intact. So you move from, let's say you move from real estate. People have known you in real estate. You move from real estate to solar, alternative energy, and then you move from alternative energy into production, and then you just keep going. Now, it's your personal brand that connects all of your businesses together. When people see you and see your brand, they can attribute it to your businesses. Are we still here? So, any questions so far before I continue? Any questions so far? Any questions before I continue? Usually it's any questions so far before I continue? Usually it's easy for me to pause in between my presentations and get questions. So it doesn't look as if I'm just dishing out and then not getting questions where people need to ask questions. So if you have any questions,
I have a question.
Okay, please go ahead. Go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello.
Now.
All right,
I can
yes.
hear you.
So, all right, so
are you there?
On the brand, right? My question: who has a brand? Can you get me? Yeah. So
Yeah,
who is
I
now
can
trying
hear
to redeem? Yes, he's trying to redeem his image in the public or in the media space. Of course, maybe some propaganda came up about him, and his existing profile and personality in the media has been damaged, and the public has a different notion about him. So trying to rebuild, or let me say, recover.
Wow.
whenever your brand has been damaged, how can you go maybe do it in the media?
Okay, how can you redeem your brand that has
Yes,
been
when it's
damaged?
been damaged,
Good. So,
yes.
okay, so the question is, he had a positive brand, a thriving brand before it was damaged, right?
Yes, exactly.
Great. So what was he doing before the damaged brand?
Okay, he's a business guru. Yeah, he's a business person, and as well because of his let me say popularity and in the society, and of course, you know, there is every tendency that he may have competitors in business who are trying to pull him down because of you know, envy, or let me say competition in the business. By so doing, they popped up propagandas about him in the media, and hence he begins to lose clients, and he begins to lose his brand and his personality, that the original person who he is, having been painted negative by the competitor.
Okay, okay. So it's easy. For me, I think what he should do is go back to his first love. Let me put it down.
All right.
Go back to his first love. Start doing the things that would increase the positive side of your business.
Okay.
Okay. Start
Yeah.
doing the things that would show the positive side of your business and the positive side of your person. Now, it wasn't his business that was tarnished, it was his personal brand, his image.
Personal
So
brand and
you
image,
need to start coming out positively, doing the things that would take you back up. What are the things you love? What are the things he loves doing? I mean, does he like speaking? Does he like helping? What are his characters? So he needs to go back to where he was before and then start building again. Because it's like a building that's collapsed. You can't just fix it. You have to start from the foundation.
Okay.
Okay. So he has to go back to the roots and start all over again.
All right, that's okay. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a good
Dr.
one.
Jackson, do you have anything to contribute to that?
Thank you for asking. I'm in agreement with what you just said, Doctor. You know, what I'd also like to add is I hear a lot of people talk about passion quite often. I think one of the things we also have to talk about is purpose, right? What is what is his purpose for being there? What is his mission still consistent with that of the organization? Those are two things that are very important, and we know that purposes can change from time to time, but they're very deeply rooted, even though they can change. But it's about mission. It's about the purpose, because passion fuels the purpose, right? The purpose is your mere existence, why you exist, why you're doing what you're doing. And you know, passion in and of itself is an emotion, and so it's fleeting, it's up and it's down. But if your purpose is consistent and you can get those boost of passions from that, that's what you have to understand. One has to understand their existence, right? Their purpose. And I can tell you that everybody has one purpose, and that's your purpose is to serve your fellow human being. Now the question comes in, how do you serve? Do you serve as a CEO of a technology company? Do you serve as a minister? Do you serve as a teacher? Do you serve as a business person? That's the purpose. But that's how you serve. But the why is you just have to serve. So understanding that your mere existence of what you're here to do and what you're in business to do, and your personal brand has to be consistent with your purpose. If it's not consistent with your purpose, then it's inauthentic.
Yeah, true. And then you talked about passion. passion, from what I know, passion is contagious. Passion can be seen, passion can be felt. So he has to go back to his passion. He has to go back to his passion because it's his passion that will drive him into building that brand again.
Yeah, you know, passion comes and goes.
Yes.
Because it is an emotion, right? We can have an interest in something and develop a passion in it, and then 6 months from now, different interest, different passion, right? But when you understand what your purpose is your walk, right? Your purpose is your mere existence of why you're doing what you're doing. As Simon Sinek say, discover what your why. Discover your why. Your why is your purpose. Passion is going to fuel that, right? And sometimes your passion is going to be very high. Sometimes it's going to be medium, and sometimes it's going to be low.
Yeah.
But you're going to continue along with what your purpose is, because that's the reason for the existence. Your mere existence as a being on this earth. That's what that is. And as I mentioned, your purpose is to serve. The question is, how do you serve? Now you may find different ways to serve, and in the different ways of serving, you'll have those introductions of passion to support you, right? But if you choose to serve a different way, then that passion will wane. And when you find a new way, that passion will be rekindled. But that passion is only going to be consistent with your purpose.
Yeah. Great. So, okay, so I'll just go on. So the few steps here to creating a compelling personal brand. So the first is building your foundation. The first step to crafting your personal brand is to lay a foundation that you can confidently and authentically build upon. The key principle here is authenticity. You have to be authentic about your brand. You have to be authentic about it. You have to be authentic about it, so that there is a miscommunication between building a personal brand and then crafting a persona. But a persona, by definition, is a facade. It is not a true reflection of who you are, and therefore it can be inauthentic. What people are looking for is the authentic part of you. People are looking for the authentic part of you. So in building that, you have to make sure that your brand is authentic and people are willing to actually come up to you and then talk. Branding is not about positioning yourself as something that you are not. You know, oftentimes we hear the word "fake it until you become it." Yeah, it's good to fake it until you become it, because it helps you to walk in the shoes of who you want to be. It helps you to practice who you want to become. So in the process of practicing, you actually get to understand where you're going to. So it's all about your mind. It's about purposeful and strategically showcasing your authentic self to your audience and to your customers. Your personal brand should be a true reflection of your skills, your passions, your values, and your beliefs. So when people look at you, they should see your skills, your passions, your values, your beliefs. To build a strong brand foundation, start by taking inventory of your branding assets that you already possess. The intersection of this asset is where you should know how to build your brand, your skills and credentials. What skills have you acquired throughout your life till now? What training, credentials, certifications, awards have you received? Now, all of this is a part of your brand. Because when people look at you, there's something I call this the 7-11 analysis. When people see you, they have 11 impressions in 7 seconds about you. They have impressions about you immediately they see you. So I call it the 7-11 process, or the 7-11 analysis. They have 11 impressions about you immediately they see you. So they try to look at what training has he got, what level is he clean, is he neat, is he honest, and all of that. So they tend to look at that and then decide if they're going to buy into you, and buy into your brand, and buy into what you're doing. Your passion and your interest. What industries and topics are you most interested in? What are you passionate about? So in building your personal brand, you need to understand what you're passionate about. For instance, I'm passionate about personal branding and executive presence and customer experience. And everything I do in my dressing, where I talk, my brand online and offline, the colors I wear, everything, the kind of courses I go for, everything is connected to my personal brand. You know, what are your core values and your beliefs? What are some of the things that are important to you? What do you believe in? What do you stand for? What do you stand against? All of this is what encompasses the process of building your brand. So the element of personal branding foundation. Once you have identified your existing brand assets, the next step is to start putting them together, putting the element of your personal brand together. This will help guide your decision as you build your personal brand. So what is your brand vision? What do you want to be known for? If you become an expert in XYZ, if you want to be known as an expert in the XYZ topic, what would that topic be? For instance, an praise. I want to be known as the executive presence strategist and the personal brand strategist. That's what I want to be known for. That is what I'm known for. So if someone comes up to you and like asks you now, what are you known for? Who are you? You should be able to answer that, because that is your brand vision, what you want to be known for. And then you also have the brand mission. Why do you want to build a personal brand? What is your purpose? Who do you want to influence? What do you want to accomplish? So in building your personal brand, you need to also have a brand mission. What's your purpose? Who do you want to accomplish? What do you want to accomplish? Who do you want to influence? You need to understand all of that. So for me, like, people always ask me, what do you do? And then I give them what I call the elevator pitch of what I do, which is, with a personal approach and personal inspiration, I help business professionals create executive presence, image, and style that help them attract opportunity in 90 days or less. So you see, it's simple, it's straightforward. I know what my mission is. I know what my vision is. So when people come up to you and ask you, can you sell your brand vision and your brand mission in 60 seconds? 60 seconds. Because most business professionals, they're not ready to waste time. They want to know how you can help them with your brand. They want to know how you can come in and assist them and help their business grow. So when you are confronted with such issues, how do you sell yourself in 60 seconds? How do you sell yourself in 60 seconds? Anyone can? Anyone with an answer? What's your brand mission? What's your brand vision? What's your brand voice? what your elevator pitch in 60 seconds. Can you sell yourself to your prospect? Because, for instance, you meet, let's say you meet Warren Buffett right now, and you need to sell your brand to him. What are you going to say in 60 seconds that will make him stand and listen to you? Very important. So this is going to be very practical. So anyone with an answer, you want to say something? How can you sell yourself in 60 seconds straight where you meet up a prospect? 60 seconds straight to the point, and then they're buying into you. Anyone?
I'm sorry, sir. Can you listen to me? Hello? Can you listen to me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Gabriel. I'm from Brazil. Just I would like to
Hi, Gabriel.
put something in the, I would like to put something in the middle. This I think it's very important to know we are talking about recruiters or job seekers, or we are talking about both, because in this opportunity, I mean, too many times I've been recruiter. Now I'm a job seeker. What is important to know about me? No, it's not just important about me. It's just important about what the recruiter wants to, because it's not, sometimes it's not easy to feel what the recruiter wants because of what am I. I don't know if it's clear what I'm saying.
Yeah, it is. It is. But most importantly, as a job seeker, the company needs to know what you can do. What value are you bringing? They need to know your beliefs and your core values. They need to know your strength. They need to know your capacity. They need to know that you're trustworthy, you're authentic. So all of this is part of your personal brand that they need to know. So if you cannot, let me say it this way: if you cannot drag them into your space to believe in you, there is no way they will employ you. Gabriel, did that make sense?
Yes, yes. Please repeat it, because I like what you said. I would like to have it in my mind.
Okay, so I said, as a job seeker, the company you're applying to needs to know your strength, your skills. They need to know that you're trustworthy. They need to know that you're honest. They need to also know your passion, your beliefs, your values. Now, if you cannot drag them into your space to buy into you, there is no way they will employ you.
Okay.
So you need to drag them into your space for them to believe in what you can offer. What value are you bringing to the table as a person?
Yeah, I understand. Well, I think this, what you are saying, it's very useful in another part of the country, not just here in South America, because we are in a starving, how can I say it, necessity of different opportunities. Once you know the other part of the world, excluding South America, you can see, you can use what you are saying. I can sell it. I can sell myself like a very good professional. I have 25 years of experience in my pharmaceutical experience. Well, okay, doesn't matter. I have 1,000 job seekers just for one opportunity, sometimes here in Brazil. It's not possible for the recruiter can listen me, can have this 60 seconds just to listen what I'm capable to do for the country, for the company. I'm sorry, for the company. It's very difficult to use this kind of concept here. On the other side, all the different companies that they are recruiters, you need to pay them. You need to pay them. How can I say it? Around $50 per month, just to they offering to you this opportunity, this job opportunity. It's not easy.
Okay, okay, great. And any other person? Any other person? Any other person here? Okay, so I'll just go ahead. I think there's a question. There's a question on Facebook. What are the challenges of personal branding as let me look at that again. What are the challenges of personal branding as we are focusing on e-reputation? Okay, that's a question from one of the participants on Facebook. Okay, so I'm just going to answer that. What are the challenges of personal branding as we are focusing on e-reputation? So basically, online branding, your personal brand online and offline. So the question is about the online branding. So let's look at, for instance, I'll say, look at your Facebook, your Instagram, your LinkedIn, your Twitter. Are the profiles on each of them consistent? Are they the same? Now, you look at some people's Facebook profile, it's totally different from the LinkedIn, and totally different from the Twitter, totally different from the Instagram. Now, when people are searching up for you and they see different profiles about you, they're confused. So for you to build a credible personal brand online, all of your social media accounts must correspond. They must correspond. Every profile must be the same. So as you're updating your LinkedIn, you're updating your Facebook. As you're updating them, you're also updating your Instagram and your Twitter and every other social media that you're on. Make sure that your profile on all of your social medias are the same. They must be consistent. They must be consistent. So you don't get your audience and your clients confused. On your Facebook, you are an entertainer. On your LinkedIn, you're a professional. On your Twitter, you're a tourist. So make sure that your profiles are consistent so people get to understand what you really do and don't get them confused about what you're doing. I hope I was able to answer that. Ambassador Terry, did you have anything to add to that?
I have a question, please.
Okay, please go ahead.
Yeah, because we cannot be, there are a lot of platforms of social media, etc. So as we can never be everywhere on social media, can we build a strong personal branding on LinkedIn only? Because I'm not promoting LinkedIn, but I just think that it's the future of business. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. What do you think, please?
Okay, great. I believe you can build a strong personal brand on LinkedIn, because right now LinkedIn is the space for business. That's where you get to meet professionals. That's where you get to meet employers, and employees are also there. For me, I think the most serious people are on LinkedIn. So if you want your personal brand to thrive, you can actually build it on LinkedIn and then just focus on LinkedIn. So that when people are looking for you, they know they can find you on LinkedIn, and that makes it easy for you. But if you have other social media platforms that you're in, like I said earlier, you must make sure that your profiles are consistent. They are the same. They must correspond. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
No, and
Great.
because the content in LinkedIn is indexed by Google, you know.
Yes.
That's why. Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, great. Thank you.
So did you still want me to talk, Dr. Emoh?
Yes, sir. Yes, please go ahead, sir.
Okay, this is a very good discussion because, and to answer Madame Benedetti's question, at different phases of our building our 4 businesses, there was 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. And we focused the heaviest on the prospective client that we would be serving, whether that be the client who's always on Instagram or Facebook or whatever. They got the majority of our time in social media content production. And as we expanded, we found that depending on which of the 4 businesses that we now run, what content we're putting out there, what message, more than content, I'll get to that, that we're putting out there, who's reading it. You can have a very strong presence on LinkedIn, but your customers are on Facebook. There's not a connection. Having a good idea of who your ideal client is and your prospect, and what you can do for them, really in our drive for success across 5 continents has been to have a message for each of them and place the some content or comments, etc., on the social media platform that you have the largest amount of prospective people that you can serve. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. It does. Okay. I'm trying to check. I think we have some questions here.
I have a question.
Okay, please, Helena, go ahead.
Yes. How do you do that if the audience is so different? I can give you my example. I have the 3 social network, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook, totally different content.
Okay.
Why? Completely different. Why? Because the audience is different. Plus, my personal life and my hobbies, I share it within Facebook.
Okay.
I'm an entrepreneur, but I am also a karate teacher, and I am also a car racing driver. So I'm not going to put that in LinkedIn. However, in Facebook, that's where I have that audience, and I have those groups that I share. So when you have this versatility, because I believe in versatility, okay? I do believe in that. We have our life, we have our goals, we have our business. However, we have a private life as well, right? And you just don't work 24 hours, you have other things. And I talk for myself. So every time I'm going to race in the autodrome, I'm not going to share it in LinkedIn, but I share it in Facebook, which I have the groups that are part of it. So how do you do that when you have like this type of versatility in your own life? How do you hide it? You don't share it, or you just share the professional side? Because I can't do that. It's totally different for me. How do you do that?
Yeah. I understand, but there's some things that are similar in what you do. Now, there are some people that are not on LinkedIn. They're professionals, but they're not on LinkedIn. They're just on Facebook. So you need to also make sure that you can also get the audience that are on Facebook. So if you want to concentrate on LinkedIn, yes, you will get a lot of people on LinkedIn. But what if your clients, your prospects are on Facebook? You need to also make sure that your professional profile is included in your profile on Facebook. I don't know if you
That it
understand
is.
what I'm saying. Yes,
Yes,
you
yes.
need to.
And that it is.
Yeah.
That it is. Yes.
Yes,
But
you
I
need to. So
have feedback as well. No one cares.
So,
In Facebook, no one cares.
yeah, yeah. We might think that no
True.
one cares, but there are people that are watching.
Yes.
There are people that are watching. So, as much as you want to show your hobbies and you having fun on Facebook, you also have to be professional about it.
I'd like to share something. Good evening, everyone.
Please go ahead. Hi, good evening, Shirley.
Okay, so considering what Helena is talking about and being consistent through all the platforms, very important. I also believe that personal branding today, personal branding needs to have a personal touch, a human touch, brand loyalty. That's how we build human consciousness in our business. Because at the end of the day, people buy people. People do business with people they trust. So you're not just going to dish out a very corporate personality and forget about the human side of you, your core lifestyle. So I think, this is just my opinion, I think that it's important to infuse your lifestyle in everything you do. Maybe that this is going to be my own style. I think everybody should do what works for them, right? Everybody should do what works for them.
Yes.
So if it works for you that you'd share about your car racing or your karate on LinkedIn, you know, there are 1,001 people who will resonate with that, who would be proud to say or happy to say, oh, Helena is an energy guru, energy business guru, and she's also, you know, she's also a karate teacher, right? So it's you would find a community, you would find a tribe that would associate themselves with you just because you've shared that part of you. Every CEO has a personal lifestyle, a private life. So it's okay to infuse little bits of your private lifestyle in your corporate branding, in your corporate personal branding. This is my own take. This is my own take. It's just a contribution. And I believe that the end point of personal branding is not necessarily profitability, you know, or for people to really do business with you. That's important. But for me, it also, like what Dr. Prey said, it has to finally be hinged on your values, your beliefs. For me, it will be to create influence. It will be to create influence. I mean, I think Dr. Praise, we've had this conversation before when we said influence or income, which is more an impact, which is more important.
Yeah.
So it depends finally on your beliefs and what you are and your why, right? So that's just my take. I hope that made sense to everybody.
Can I add on to that?
Yeah,
Can I add on to that?
Yes, please do.
Okay, I'm Emma from Tanzania. Well, I agree totally what she has just said, but I take it in a different way, that in branding, it doesn't come that you stand up, you want to brand yourself. It has to be part of it. It has to have nature in it, because I believe people will know. It doesn't take 1 day or 2 days to be talking about personal branding. It takes not 1 day, it can be 10 years, can be 5 years to have your brand. Corporate branding and personal branding is two different things. Corporate branding is a company. It's a company which you can live, it continues. But when it comes to personal branding, it's about yourself. So when somebody says, Emma has been here, Emma has done this, say this is true. We know that Emma is like that. So these are called personal branding. It's a behavior, it's a character, it's about your sincerity. You have to be sincere to yourself, and also how you want to present yourself. How you dress, how you walk, how you talk, what are you talking about, What have you been emphasizing on? And the end part of it is what you want to achieve and what is your goal? What is what you want to do? This is what I see about branding. I've been hearing you've got going for interviews, looking for a job. People listen to somebody by knowing exactly she is part of the leadership. I finish. I just added up to that. I'll leave other people to speak because I think the time is very short.
Yeah, great. Any other person here? Any other person?
Can I say something?
Yes, Dr. Carl.
I think what Shelley and my sister from Tanzania had put down, they make a whole lot of sense. But let's also look at the psychology of branding. Branding has to do with behavioral pattern. What do people really, what are they looking out for in you? There are some persons who might just not like you, but however, based on the services you provide, based on the excellence within the services you provide, they would have to differentiate between you as an individual and the brand that you carry, which means the services that you provide. So which means that if we are careful enough to also understand what appeal to the other person, what do they want at that point in time? Is it that they like to drink Coca-Cola, or they like to drink Fanta, or, do soft drinks? What do they like? So if we also have that at the back of our mind, would also not lead to customer satisfaction in terms of the kind of branding that we portray ourselves. Because you can brand yourself, you can be good, you can feel okay with it. But what about your clientele? Do they want what you want? Or is it that, are you concerned with what you want or what your clientele wants? So we have to make the differences in terms of analyzing or defining our personal branding. Our personal branding must, I would say, perpendicularly or opposites in style and in nature with the customer satisfaction or the yearnings or the ambition or the aspiration of our clients. Because if our clients don't need the services we're going to be providing, it means what is our marketplace? Because the essence of our branding is to ensure that our customers, our clients, are satisfied, and satisfaction that endures. So we should also put at the back of our mind, in addition to what Shelley has just said and our sister from Tanzania, on how we're going to be building our branding excellence. Because, just building branding is different from having an excellence in it, excellence touch in it. So all of this must also come in place in terms of analyzing the personal branding psychology in respect to the branding, the satisfaction psychology of our clients. I think that's more like my little contribution. Thank you.
I agree. Great. Thank you, Dr. Carl. That was a good one. Thank you, Dr. Carl. Dr. Jackson, you have any contribution to that?
I think he was 100% in what he said. And the word that I really liked that he used was the psychology, because there's a psychology behind all that we do. The psychology of branding, the psychology of selling, the psychology of leading. And really what that is getting into and understanding how others think so that we can either sell our product or services to them, or from a branding perspective, the psychology of branding, as he said, what others want to see so that we can provide what others want to see so that we can influence them to purchase our product and service. So there you add the influence and the income together, as Shirley Hill talked about. So you don't have to have either or. You can have both. You can have the income and you can have the influence by understanding the psychology of who your target market wants to see, so that when you give them that image and it's authentic to you, not only will you be able to influence their purchasing behavior, but you'll be able to secure that income as well. So we have to think of everything from an all perspective. How can I get it all? By strategizing what that image looks like that they want to see, so that I can develop it, I can give it. And I'm also in agreement with the lifestyle, because that shows vulnerability, and vulnerability is actually a strength, not a weakness. And so as they see all of me, let's take a look at Richard Branson, right? He shows the world everything that he does. I mean, we know he's a billionaire, but you know what's going on in the life, and people still do business with Richard Branson. It's showing that I'm a human being, basically, is what I want to show. I want to show that I am a human being. I have the same wants and needs you have. I have good times in my life. I have bad times in my life. And so you can better relate to me versus some superstar CEO who you never see on the downside. You know, one of the most powerful CEOs I've ever met was Alan Mulally. Alan Mulally was the CEO of Ford Motor Company from 2008 to 2014. And I was in a meeting with him in Phoenix, Arizona, about a year or so ago, and he talked about vulnerability. He talked about being, for the people being able to touch him. And so at Ford Motor Company, they were losing $17 billion a year when he became the CEO of Ford. By the time he left, they were making $46 billion a year. And that's because the first thing he said was, I don't know it all. I need all of your help. So he was showing the vulnerability. He was letting people see and touch him. And just that human connection with him enabled the productivity of a firm. So when you transform that and transition that into personal branding, it was authenticity, right? It was, I may be the leader, but I don't know it all. And I need all of you to help me take this company to a different level of performance and productivity. And that's exactly what happened. And when he walked away from there, he was noted to be one of the top 3 leaders in the world.
Wow. That's great, Dr. Terence. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. There's a lot of communication going on the chat room here, but I'll just go ahead with the few lines I have before we round off for today. So just before we go, I just want to talk about creating an irresistible offer. So in order to build a profitable personal brand, you need to have something to sell to your target audience. You need an irresistible offer that helps your audience solve a specific problem or achieve a specific result. What is your product or services doing for them? What is it do? How is it helping them? You need to be able to understand that. So a lot of entrepreneurs make the mistake of creating a product or a service that they want, only to discover that no one else wants it and no one is willing to pay for it. So before you create a product or a service, you need to understand your audience. What do they want? What are they looking for? What will satisfy them? You need to understand all of that. That is why identifying your perfect client before you create a product or service is so important. When you know exactly what they want and how you can help them, then you can create an offer that is perfect, that is the perfect solution for them. Now, how do you create this offer for your clients? The first step is creating an irresistible offer is to position yourself as a specialist and not a generalist. So you need to be positioned as a specialist, not a generalist. So you are specialized in creating what they need not what everyone needs. Promise your client a very specific outcome and design a specialized offer to help them achieve that outcome. A generic offer with a vague promise is definitely not irresistible. A generic offer with a vague promise is definitely not irresistible. So how do you create this? This is what I call the irresistible offer formula. So you can write this down, or I'm going to send it to the group. The irresistible offer formula is what you love to do plus what you do best plus what your audience wants most is equal to irresistible offer. I'll say that again. What you love to do plus what you do best plus what your audience wants the most, it's equal to irresistible offer. So you combine what you love to do, what you do best, and what your audience wants. With that, you can now create an offer that is irresistible. Once you have an irresistible offer, you need to be able to articulate it clearly to your audience. Here are two questions that you need to be able to answer clearly. What do you do? Your answer to this question is your value proposition. What is the value that you provide to your client in exchange for charging them? Just two questions. What do you do? Your answer to this question is your value proposition. What is the value that you provide to your client in exchange for charging them? And then the second one is, how do you do it? Give your process, product, and service a unique name. When you give it a unique name, it immediately stands out from any competing offer that promises the same result. People need to know that people need to know who you are and what you do in the most simple way. Keep it simple. You should be able to brand yourself in few words. So like I said earlier, it is not what you do not have that limits you, but what you have and you do not know how to use it. Thank you. So if you have any question, please.
Thank you, Dr. Emoh, for that very wonderful session. We're going to be taking some questions now. We have 2 minutes before we call it a day. So if you have any questions, please go ahead and ask. Just unmute yourself and ask. Thank you.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
My name is Rashida. My question is my understanding of personal branding. Thank you, everybody who's presenting right now. I think we've learned a lot. Trying to ask about personal branding. My understanding of personal branding is what people say about you when you leave. How much control do you have over what people say about you when you leave the room? Because that is my gauge of really you have built a personal brand when you're able to leave the room and people say something that you're proud to hear, but you're not available.
Okay. Okay, great. That's a good one. What do people say when you leave the room? That's actually your personal brand. That's to show that your brand is actually authentic, and then you're doing what is right when people say positive things about you when you leave the room. Any other person? Any other question before we call it a day?
A quick question.
Okay, please, Dr. Carl.
Yes, I also think that in addition to what people say when you leave that defines your personal branding, you must also do what I call a follow-up. You must track the successes, the challenges of your branding. Because you see, it is not just about what people say. People can say whatever they want to say. Some can be good, some can be bad. Whatever the challenge, you must be able to equal these challenges and prospects and look for an enduring solution that strikes the balance. So which means from your value proposition, you are not also referring, which I have said, I've just typed in the loop of irresistible formula. It is not just about the product and services, but how are they measurable? How do you get feedback? How are this feedback strengthened in terms of fine-tuning it to become an excellent satisfaction that actually endures, in the long run, at the end of the customer or the clients. That's also defines, in addition to what would the client leave when you leave. What is their stories? What do they have to say? And all of that also defines what this personal branding is all about too, to my own understanding. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I think Dr. Emoh is having some problems with his internet. We're going to let's just hold on a second for him to come back on, so we can round up this meeting. If you have any contribution, you can go ahead and say something before it comes back on. Thank you. Okay, I think I think we have lost Dr. Emoh. I think his network is having some issues because of the weather over here. Let me try and reach him and see if he can come back on. Otherwise, we call the meeting. Okay, I think we have to let you guys go. Dr. Emoh is having problems with his network. I think we had a very exciting day. This has been a very interactive section, just like yesterday and the day before yesterday. So we're going to continue next week. We're going to have another section next week, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So thank you all for tuning in. I hope you were able to take some points and learn some, valuable lessons from this session. So have a great weekend and a blessed Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak, yes.
Eid Mubarak.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I hope that we all can connect together on LinkedIn. I am connected with some of you, but I am sure I am not connected with everyone. So let's connect, please.
Oh, great. It's going to be an amazing time. I'm already connected with Helena and Hilary, Enor, Carl, Oshodi. I'd like to connect with Josiah and everyone else, in fact, Benton B. I hope I got that right. It's great to see you finally and to connect with you. So I think we can proceed to LinkedIn.
Yeah,
well done, guys. A beautiful presentation here.
Shirley Hills is one of our partners. She's a very wonderful person. Professor Bentiva, I think you should connect with Shirley Hills. She has some programs, women programs that she has been organizing. Unfortunately, COVID-19 had to put us all on hold, so we had to put every programs on hold. So everyone here is on LinkedIn. I suppose so. So we can all connect. We're going to have an exciting session. We have a lot of speakers, professionals from next week. We'll be having different topics. We're going to go into real estate very soon. We go into even humanitarian services, So I want you all to tune in. I'll keep you all informed. I think we'll have a very, very successful 3 days, if you allow me to say that. So have a great weekend. Thank you very much for tuning in, and stay blessed.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye, Shirley. Bye, everyone.
Keep tuning into this space. We have other speakers coming up for next week. As Dr. Hilary said, we have a whole lot of speakers lined up, and we will be looking at different sectors: real estate, alternative energy, entrepreneurship, investment, name it. I mean, we have a whole lot of sectors to talk about. So, and the speakers are also ready. So let's watch this space. Like Shirley said, let's get connected on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and every other platform that you're connected with, so we can continue talking. Thank you very much for showing up this evening, and then stay safe.